Good morning. Welcome to Sunday at the United Wiffle 2021 National Championship. We have a very exciting game here on Field 1. I'm Nick Schaefer, and we have a special guest from the Cardinals, Sam Skibby. Welcome, Sam.
Nick, thank you so much for having me. It's a beautiful morning for some wiffle ball and this great bridge game matchup between two four-player rosters.
That's exciting itself. I mean, we saw everything yesterday from a team batting three, we're missing a fielder, and it actually hurt them badly, so it's kind of nice to see two full squads. So Sam is kind of unique here. He's very familiar with both teams, especially Mo-Whiff Miracle. Sam, can you give us a little insight into, let's start with Brett Spencer, who's on the mound for Mo-Whiff. Give us a little insight on him.
And Brett Spencer I've known since kindergarten. He's my oldest friend, and he is a 5-time MVP of the league in SWBL and a 3-time Cy Young winner. So he has very much a lot of experience on the mound, more than anybody else on his team in a fast pitch scenario. He's gone to the NWA tournament before. This will be his first start, too. He is fresh. Okay. Throws a nice screwball, throws a curveball as well. He has a little bit of a slider, and his claim to fame, though, is his Top Gun. If we see it today, it is different than a 12-6 curveball. Okay. It is the most interesting pitch that nobody else in wiffle ball can replicate. So I hope he pulls that out for us today.
I'm very excited as an ex-pitcher to see that, because yesterday we had a bird's eye view of watching Grant Miller's 12-6. So I'm interested in seeing this Top Gun pitch here. So was that their plan, Sam, is to try to get through to have Brett completely fresh?
You know, I think that they really didn't have a plan going into this. They wanted the experience, and for them to go 3-1 on day one was such a special moment for them, and really special to watch as well. Jordan Smith and Jason Worsenholm kind of handled the duties pitching-wise, and Brett could stay fresh. Just keep one arm fresh.
And walk us through, before we start in another minute, walk us through MLW. What do you expect from them? And Kyle Schultz is on the mound, too.
Yeah, definitely. MLW is obviously the most famous league in the country, over 200,000 subscribers on YouTube. But Kyle Schultz is the spearhead of all of that. And for him to lead off and be on the mound today, a 7-time MVP of the MLW and a 5-time Cy Young Award. So, I mean, this is riddled with accolades here.
Especially this opening matchup here, yeah.
And here we go, Brett against Kyle. And Nick, thank you for having me. And here we go, folks. Sunday is on.
This is a big game. 5-inning games today, folks. Just a reminder. Yesterday was 4 innings. Today we're doing 5. And as you see, they're drying off the ball. That's going to be a routine thing, especially early in the day.
Morning dew is always tough.
Yeah.
It's hard to deal with as a pitcher in any tournament that you play in, but obviously morning games are going to happen, so it's going to have to be something you battle through, and both pitchers have to do it. So,
as a pitcher yourself too, Sam, how important is it to get off to a good start, like not walking the first batter, not letting the first batter get a hit?
I think it is important, but, you know, I think pitchers settle down too. They can, even if Brett gets a couple walks here, he might be able to find it and get out of this inning. And Brett has been throwing a lot of innings this year through Mo-Whiff, through SWBL. He went to the NWA tournament as well, so he's been throwing a lot of innings. His arm was a little tired going into this, as that is a leadoff walk for Kyle Schultz, and brings up Jimmy Norp. And Jimmy Norp is a MVP, you know, candidate this year for the MLW, and definitely going to be possibly the winner. And his team is still in it as Brett delivers his first strike there.
How has MLW been hitting throughout the tournament so far?
You know, they've been doing a really good job kind of switching their mindset from the yellow to the big barrel bat. Strike 2 from Brett on the slider. But they really have an advantage in this style because they are used to that scuff ball. They're used to that, and cutting is only making their pitches more harsh in their delivery. So
I like that word, harsh, making the pitches harsh. that's a great adjective for a lot of these pitchers.
Harsh, yes, indeed.
So
many great games going on.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and a great game at dead center. You might be able to see it if you're viewing is we have C4 versus Unleashed out there. And rumor is it's Packer versus Nord. Pop up to third. We got one out here. So fielding is key. As we saw on this field especially, a number of fielding mistakes yesterday. So as a pitcher, you know, do you feel a little frustrated if you see your team, you know, make an error or two? Oh, there.
And as you say that, Jordan Smith makes the error. And it's so hard to call it an error because a hard hit ball that close on the infield is going to make it difficult for any fielder. I mean, you have to have such cat-like reflexes over there. Jordan Smith, a great fielder in his own right, but having a bit of difficulty in the field today and yesterday for Mo-Whiff. First and second.
The good thing is he prevented a clean single, so instead of being first and third. But, yeah, otherwise, if he did get that, it was a possible double play. You know, you never know.
Chris Cheatham with the single there, and Tommy Coughlin up to bat for MLW. Swings, fouls it off.
I like their aggressiveness at the plate. Kyle, led off with a walk, but since then, Jimmy and Chris and Tommy are up there swinging.
Yeah, it seems like Brett is really going with that slider. He's been known, especially in his own league, to really go with one pitch and then all of a sudden second inning throw out everything else and really throw off the hitters. So he might be trying to do that to MLW here. We'll see if it works out.
How's his screwball or drop? Does he throw one of those too?
His screwball is his fastest pitch. It is also his most inaccurate pitch. It is very new to him. He just found it, a couple weeks ago. But it is very effective when it is on. But it's pretty rare that it hits. So he'll probably throw it in low counts. 1 and 2, 0 and 2 counts.
I like that pitch he just did. Thinking about upper part of the zone, nowadays I would even increase the upper part of the zone, maybe slightly 6 inches above and try to get in the chase here.
And it looks as though the sun may be affecting. It looks like no, they're all in the clear here. Sun is coming out here on this beautiful day. Already some screaming happening.
Yeah, somebody big hit over there. Oh, there you go.
Tommy swings through it there.
Gets him strikes him out upper part of the zone here. So 2 outs now.
We'll bring up Kyle Schultz, founder of the MLW. Tell you what, MLW, having them here and having all their fans come out has been amazing. It's made the UWiff NCT just that much more exciting to have all of that going on.
Especially Friday night, the home run derby. I mean, there was a lot of very excited kids here, having a good time watching them play in the home run derby and so forth.
Ooh, just low there from Brett. I love seeing Kyle and Daniel's father out there, Mr. Schultz. You love seeing that. He takes book for all of their games for MLW and still taking book for them here at the UWiff NCT.
That's awesome. Taking a book is a fun thing to do. I remember doing that in my first Yankee game in 1987. So
every Cardinals game I go to, I take book as well. Have all the ticket stubs and from every game I've been to, and all of the games that I've scored as well.
So we got 2 outs, and remember, viewers, a clean single scores a run for the guy on second base.
3-0 now from Kyle. Kyle led off with a walk. If he walks here on 3-0, it'll be bases loaded, not where Mo-Whiff wants to be at the beginning. Kyle looked great during warm-ups, but Mo-Whiff would like to get out of here with a 1-2-3, or get 3 outs here with no runs. And he gets the strike on the slider again. It's almost like
You have to be careful. You don't want to obviously load the bases, but you also don't want to give in and give Kyle too much of a pitch to drive here. You do have a base to mess with here. Every run's so important, especially the later part of the tournament.
Mo-Whiff has made, out of their 3 wins, 2 of them have been comebacks in the last inning. So they are prone to some late game magic. So we'll see what they got going on today. They're hoping to get out to a hotter start at the beginning.
And we were at their game, their late inning magic. I forgot who they were playing. They were down 3-0. They tied it up, and then eventually lost in extra innings. But it was a crazy game.
Yes,
it was Unleashed, I believe it was.
Unleashed, I think they lost their big one.
Yeah.
I forgot who it was as well.
It ended up being like I think a 10-5 game eventually. Good pitch.
And Brett gets the strikeout. Huge for the Mo-Whiff Miracle as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Kyle Schultz on the mound and Jordan Smith to lead off. And Jordan has been swinging a hot bat. Actually, a little fun fact he shared with me yesterday. In the entire Mo-Whiff League of 20 weeks, he had 9 total hits. And already at the UWiff NCT, he has 5.
That's awesome.
He was very excited about that.
Yeah, more than 50% of the hits already.
And it looks like Tommy Coughlin is in shortstop position. Chris Cheatham will, I assume, head to second base. Jimmy Norp in the outfield. Freak athlete Jimmy Norp.
I feel like in modern day wiffle ball, you need a very good athlete in the outfield because not just to make catches, but to prevent doubles. You have to be able to get to the other side of the field quickly and keep the ball off the wall.
And if that athlete has flow and long hair, it just makes it that much better.
There's a lot of players with the long flowing hair around here. Pretty great.
Who has the best hair in UWiff?
Tim Dean just posed a question. Who has the best hair in UWiff?
It's not me.
The best hair in UWiff is a close call. They're even guys like Ben Schaefer, who isn't as long, but he's got that coif, man. It looks.
We do know who has the best stack.
There's a home run over there.
Marshall.
Way too beautiful over the whippets. Randy Dalby, Ian Crosby, it's a home run.
Launched that home run too.
Oh,
Wow.
You know what? Wow. You know what bat he's using?
What a bat.
Wow. Home run from the What a Bat from Way Too Beautiful over there.
First pink handle.
Way Too Beautiful lost to us in their first game, and then they won 3 in a row. And if they win this one, getting to the Sweet 16, to drop your first one and then to go 4-0 to get to the Sweet 16 would be an amazing feat.
Yeah, that's remarkable. Mo-Whiff, their batting order, you got Jordan Smith, Brett Spencer, Jason. I don't know how to pronounce Jason's last.
Worst in home.
Okay, thank you. Adam North, that's a little easier to pronounce.
Yeah. Very excited to see what Mo-Whiff can come out and do here.
How has Kyle been on the mound? Has he pitched so far?
I don't believe Kyle has pitched. They saved him fresh. Jimmy Norp and Tommy Coughlin have been pitching for their team throughout the first Route 2 games that they had. So I think Kyle is a fresh arm. So we have 2 fresh arms here
That's
in
exciting.
the bridge round. Very exciting to see. We're going to see their best stuff.
I mean, I enjoyed watching Kyle warm-ups. He was going to sidearm, tailing riser, all different pitches. He has a lot of movement on his pitches.
He has almost an iconic pitching delivery as he gets a drop ball there. And
Down and away, too.
yeah, and he is his iconic delivery. It comes from obviously all the views on YouTube and everything, but he has that. He drops very low, goes to sidearm action. So it's going to be, and there's his signature pitch, I believe. He has that in MLW as well. Sweeping two-seamer, you could call it, I guess.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Because you could start it way outside, hit the bottom corner. You could jam the right-handed batter, too. It's, you know, you could use it differently for lefty and a righty batter.
Jordan Smith fouling it off. And
I like
swings at the drop ball outside. That's a smart pitching move right there from Kyle on 0-2. Go outside, make him chase, something close. Brings up Brett Spencer.
Shows a
Most
lot of maturity
experience.
there, too. As a young pitcher, you know, it's important not to be too much in the strike zone on 2 strikes. Get them chasing.
It's crazy to call him a young pitcher because he's more experienced than a lot of these
Yes.
players probably.
Young
been playing
age-wise-
since what? He's been 8 or 9. So.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah, young, age-wise, experienced.
Yes.
That's probably one of the best combos to have in football.
Ooh, Brett swings through the high stuff there. And the MLW fans are already here. 9 o'clock, they are here and cheering on their team.
They do have a large fan base.
It's far-reaching, that's for sure. It reaches far and wide across this country. Obviously, with 200,000 subscribers, you're bound to find somebody in every state. And when they said they were going to be in Pennsylvania, I'm sure everybody in Pennsylvania and in the surrounding states flocked to York, Pennsylvania here at People's Bank Park.
Couldn't tell if they hit the outer part of the strike zone was close. From our vantage point, it was tough to tell. But Brett's giving him a battle up here.
The winner of this
A
game
1-out walk there.
will face off against the Juggernauts, who received the 1 seed from the draw last night. So already some Juggernauts already coming over to check out these 2 teams play.
And the Juggernauts were MAW champions this year, and in my view, they've been the best regular season team in the country this year.
They've definitely shown it, and I wasn't sure. I was also playing in Route 2, so I wasn't quite sure if they saved red or not,
I believe they have.
and that's great for them. Wow, and
That's
an
that's a
amazing
fun pitch to watch. there.
sweeping two-seamer there from Kyle Schultz. Oh my gosh.
A little inside information, though, speaking to Red last night, I'm hoping that he has a little bit of a leg issue, so hopefully he's able to plant as he's throwing today. But I believe his arm is completely fresh.
And another one, back to back, he went with it. It's way outside.
Outer corner, too. I mean, you can't do anything with that. Now we have a lefty coming up in Adam North, so it'll be interesting if he throws a sweeping
Sure.
riser, whatever you want to call it, if it's going in the outer part of the zone, or he hits him in the inner part of the zone.
Adam has actually been known to hit inside pitching very well. He has hit a couple home runs in Mo-Whiff, and all of them have been on inside pitches.
And
So,
he's featuring
there you
a
go.
open stance, too, so that helps you at the inside pitch.
That's definitely his claim to fame as well. That stance. A tall guy, was a pitcher, high school, college. So he went for it. And see, he went for that inside pitch, but it sweeped it a little high, even for a tall guy like Adam.
I don't know if Kyle's doing it on purpose, but I love when people throw the high pitch like that. It's so hard to lay off. Just like baseball, it's hard to lay off in football, too.
Oh,
And we do have wild. That was not a wild pitch. We do have wild pitches out there. If runners advance 1 base, if he misses the backstop.
double will score the run,
Yep.
but a pass ball, then it will be a single. So you want to avoid that.
Ground
and there
ball.
it is to Kyle. Makes an easy play to first, and that'll do it. And we'll head to the top of the 2nd inning. MLW back up. Brett Spencer back on the mound for Mo-Whiff. Nick, I know you've been doing a lot of announcing all weekend long. You know, yesterday was probably a long day of announcing for you. What's one of the most exciting things you've seen on Field 1 so far? Anything you remember?
Yeah, I was seeing the Can't Touch This team. Tim Dean gave us a little bit of a scouting report of that team from Texas, and I think the pitcher was 15 or 16 years old. He was a tiny player, too. They were down 4-0 to the last year champions, the usual suspects.
3-0.
3-0.
And then they went.
And we have Danny Lanigan here in the booth, too. And they gave them a battle. But I will say this, though. It also showed, you know, what a champion's all about, too, because you don't always have your best game, and they still found a way to win. So it was impressive on both ways. And,
it was.
You know, they went head-to-head with the champs, and the champs still found a way to pull through.
But to see the future of that team and the future of the sport come out of Texas, I mean, that's amazing to see. And to go up against the reigning champs, like you said. And we were actually watching that game as well, and we were, like, mind-blown at the comeback that was made against the usual suspects. But like you said, a champion is a champion for a reason, and they grinded it out for sure.
Yeah, and then Matthew and Mark both have very good arms, too. If they stay healthy and they continue to play, they're going to be incredible players.
Jimmy Norp now up for MLW, the hottest hitter in all of MLW this year in their season.
And Jimmy popped out his last at bat.
You know Jimmy wants to make some noise here. Brett featuring the screwball this inning. Starting to see it there.
Yeah, like you called in the first inning, too. He didn't throw many of them. Now that it's second inning, he has to change it up a little bit. Hitters are too good in UWiff to the whole game to keep featuring the same pitch.
Yeah, you almost have to save a pitch in your back pocket, throw something out there to strike somebody out when they're not expecting it. And Brett is a very mental pitcher when it comes to that. He tried to do that a lot in Mo-Whiff, and it looks like he's featuring it here at the NCT. Hits the inside corner for strike 2.
Being a Cardinals fan, you mentioned before, don't you get the sense that Adam Wainwright would be a heck of a wiffle ball pitcher?
I'm sure he would. And, you know, fun fact about Adam Wainwright, his son is actually in the same class as my son in daycare.
That's awesome. I mean, what a recovery, what a, you know, comeback year this year he had.
That's strike 2 for Jimmy Norp. Excuse me, everyone. Yeah, comeback player, Adam Wainwright for sure. Got him signed for next year for his final season. See what they can do.
Just outside there. Way to hold off.
Gets the walk. Jimmy Norp now on first for a leadoff walk. That's back-to-back leadoff walks for MLW. Always tough for a pitcher. Brett is known a little bit for his inaccuracy at times, but he's also a pitcher that will grind it out and fight tooth and nail to get it done.
And now all of a sudden it got pretty dark out here. I think the rain's going to hold off, but it's pretty dark. Straight back, too. He's right on that. Good cut there by Chris.
You know, the weather was always partly cloudy, but they should have said cloudy with a few parts of sun.
It's been popping out here and there.
Once you think the rain had passed, all of a sudden another little sprinkle came through. But I hope today we are in the clear for Championship Sunday here at Peoples Bank Park.
Good screwball there.
Screwball hits the bottom of the zone. Don't know if he meant to do that, but it was an amazing spot.
Yeah, down and in. I mean, the only thing he was going to do there is hit it foul. You got to be careful. You don't want to leave the screwball, you know, middle of the plate because it's easy to drive then. Somebody hit a home run.
Wow.
And, testing.
Check.
Sorry, lost you for a second there, folks.
Chris Cheatham still up for MLW. Oh, and holds. I don't know how he held.
Missed
but
by
that
inches.
rose right up.
This is a good at bat Chris is putting forth here. Fouled off a few. He's taking a few close ones.
Brett really wants this out, I'm sure.
Yeah, you don't want to start off with the first 2 guys getting on base of an inning. Good cut there by Chris again. Fouls it straight back. If you're Brett here, you got to be a little careful because he's basically seen every pitch that you throw. Maybe go screwball again, but down and away or down and in. Oh, he gets
and
him
he
high.
gets him high. What a strikeout from Brett Spencer, getting the first out for Mo-Whiff Miracle.
That was a good battle between Brett and Chris there. Coming up for MLW, you got Tommy, and his last at bat, Tommy Cade. You got one out, man on first.
Tommy Coughlin also been there from the beginning for MLW.
This inning's over.
Misses there on the slider, 2-0. We might be experiencing some microphone issues, little battery loss possibly, so if we lose you folks, we'll bring it back as soon as we can. But we'll still have the game rolling for you guys, just without some sound. I know you'll miss the sultry sounds of me and Nick's voice, but 3-0 now to Tommy.
They're making Brett work a lot here. I know he's a fresh. We're back. Sorry about that, folks. As Sam mentioned, we're having a little bit of mic issues. We'll get that straightened out shortly.
If the mic issues persist, we will make sure we update balls and strikes so everybody can see what's going on in the game. Kyle Schultz now up to the plate. As I assumed that was a walk from Tommy there as he started off 3-0. So
We got first and second here with
One
Kyle
out.
up.
All right, we're gonna just talk on without a microphone, just do the iPad for you guys so we can make sure you get your commentary. 2 guys on, 1 out for MLW. And
there's
Kyle
a-
rips a double.
A double scores 2 runs. They
Wow.
turned on an inside pitch. Quick hands. Very quick hands there. That's hard
Kyle
to do to keep it
Schultz.
fair. Like an inside pitch like that, not an easy thing to do. He barreled it and hit it down the line.
You know, I know that MLW made it out of Route 2, but you got to believe every team that's going to want to play them wants to beat them. You know,
Yes.
they're going to make a highlight reel, and they're going to be on there. They want to be positive, not a negative on that highlight reel.
I think MLW is probably aware of that, but ultimately, it motivates them too.
And you know it might motivate Brett, who gave up 2 runs there and runner on second. You got to believe he's going to want to get some revenge coming up here soon.
I was impressed by Kyle's at bat there. Maybe he was looking for that pitch. It'd be interesting to know, but it was inside the inner part of the plate. He was able to keep his hands close to his chest and turn on the ball and keep it fair. Perfectly placed too. It's not like it was a bullet, but it was hit hard enough where it was able to bounce and hit the wall.
And as we talk about rain, rain is now coming down.
Yeah, hopefully it's a short one because the skies are clear a little bit. To our right.
You don't want Championship Sunday having rain into the 16, so maybe it gets out of here now early. Swing and a miss from Jimmy Norp.
So if you're MLW, you still have a guy in scoring position. Your single adds on to the lead, and if you're Brett in the mound, you definitely have to stop them right here. You got to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, and you definitely need more runs against this Mo-Whiff team that is prone to comebacks. The walk there doesn't really hurt you. Chris Cheatham and Tommy Coughlin not as strong at the plate as Kyle and Jimmy have been. So Brett might be able to go after these next 2. If they get a ground ball, they've had some clutch double plays so far. Usually it's with Brett turning it though, so that's been the key for them. Brett's always been the thrower on the double plays as Chris Cheatham swings through that one. So Jason and Jordan in the infield are going to have to work on that. Unless Brett can get back to the mound and thinks about that, we'll see what happens.
What could Mo-Whiff do if Brett had to leave the game? Who would they go to?
I got to believe they're going to go with Jason. Jason threw earlier. Adam North can also throw. He's a lefty thrower, throws hard, but I don't think they can pitch him without a lead because he has some wild issues with his accuracy. But you could also go with Jordan too if he's feeling fresh. Jordan is the fastest thrower on their team, so if you want to change up the speeds a little bit, you could do that. But I assume they'd go with Jason. Oh, just misses a pass ball there.
Yeah, and that pass ball would have been huge. It would have been second and third as opposed to first and second.
Yeah.
MLW's putting some very impressive at-bats in this inning. They have a walk, double, and a walk the past 3 at-bats. Stayed high. Maybe Brett might be experiencing a little bit of wetness on the ball, too.
Yeah, rain is going to be tough, but hopefully he can get through this inning, and then maybe Kyle will have the same disadvantage. It always stinks when only one half of the inning has the disadvantage.
It might be a little uniform thing there. Double play would truly be a pitcher's best friend here if he's able to get one.
It's always sad to see the field start breaking down. One field already broken down so far. As we get bases loaded there from Chris Cheatham, and not the spot that Brett wants to be in right now.
Tommy coming up, and Tommy walked earlier in this inning. Brett's struggling with the strike zone at the moment. As we know, every pitcher goes through this. It takes one pitch usually, one time to hear the ding, and then you feel a lot better.
Get back in the rhythm is definitely something every pitcher needs to find. Everybody goes through it at least once or twice. Tommy Coughlin actually choking up on the bat early here. 2-0.
What do you think about? Sometimes I feel in this situation, it's nice to see like a teammate come over, chat with you for a second, bring you off the mound just to kind of reset. As a pitcher, do you like when that happens, or do you want to just be by yourself on the mound and figure things out?
Oh, for sure. Many other tournaments, Spencer Bogat was going to be on our team this year, and he's that guy for us. He's always been that guy for us on our national teams. He couldn't make it this year, but these guys, it's the first time they're playing together. These 4 threw together a team just to get the experience, and I don't think they even thought that they would be in this position. Being 3-1 and in the Bridge game, a chance at the Sweet 16, but they played well yesterday and won the games that were presented to them.
And there's another walk there. 3-0 lead for MLW at the moment.
And this is not the guy you want to see, Kyle Schultz swinging a hot bat.
And Kyle's last at bat had a double down the left field line.
Made it 2-0 indeed, and started to the hurt. Misses that one, as Brett really struggling to find command here.
And just missed his head. Remember, folks, if you get hit in the head, it is a hit by pitch. We had that happen a few times yesterday.
I accidentally hit somebody's head on this field yesterday.
Oh,
you saw me do it. You saw me do it.
That's great. I don't remember who it was, but must have been. So you know very well about that rule.
I have one pitch that seems to always do that, and occasionally.
Yeah.
And I slipped on that part you can see next to the mound, and I slipped right there because I go so far wide, and it hit him in the face. I felt terrible, but hey, he got first base. So
yeah, I like that rule because people are throwing hard enough now. I feel like you deserve some sort of base if you get hit in the head.
It actually made me not throw that pitch the rest of the game, so it was a strategy. Oh, and a nice pitch, and Brett finds it here.
That was
he
a big
needed
pitch.
that.
Yeah, he needed that desperately. Clutch pitch.
A tiny little drop there, maybe almost a cutter.
Let's see if he could battle back. Like you mentioned, though, you don't want to hang one in the zone here. It's a wild pitch. That
That's
scores a
not
run.
good. 4-0. Runner on second and third. Still 1 out in the top of the second. Brett wants to stop the bleeding. He is the only fresh arm. They saved him. They really don't want to take him out, being that fresh arm and being the guy. This is the guy with the experience. This is the guy that was 3rd in the Cy Young for Mo-Whiff, higher than anybody else. And Kyle swings through that little drop ball.
Yeah, was that that little curveball you were talking about earlier?
No, he hasn't thrown it yet.
That was a clutch pitch. So now we have 2 outs, second and third.
Jimmy Norp now up.
This could be a huge moment of the game, and it's already 4-0. But if you give a single, it becomes 6-0. So,
Hits him there for ball 1.
Brett's got to hold him here if he wants to give Mo-Whiff a chance to come back. 4-0 is definitely doable, and Mo-Whiff did come back yesterday down a few runs. So
they've been down 3 before, so they've come back from a similar runs deficit. So we'll see. Screwball.
Wild
off
pitch
again.
scores another run.
And that screwball is tough to locate for him. He throws it so much faster. He's really got to almost aim to the left of the 8x8 square.
And once you lose your release point a little bit as a pitcher, it takes a while. And unfortunately for Brett, he was unable to, settle down this inning so far. If he gets through this, maybe you see him do a lot better next inning. That's what happens a lot of times. Ground ball to
Jimmy York
third.
hits it. Jordan collects it. Got to make the throw and misses.
Big play. Another run scores there. So
Wow.
a couple, I would say miscues and
Wow.
mistakes between the wild pitches and, the errors or fielding miscues.
So runner on first.
Runner on first, and we have
6-0.
6 across here. MLW having a giant inning here.
And I think it's something they need for their confidence going into the Sweet 16. The facing off against the Juggernauts will be no easy feat. But I think if Kyle can get some experience on the mountain. Oh, and I can't tell if it hit. They're talking about it now.
I think they're saying it did. It hit. It buckled
hit.
his knees.
It did, and it barely nipped the bottom corner, inside corner on Chris Cheatham. Chris Cheatham wearing his ninja headband.
And Chris is the 10th batter at the plate here this inning for MLW.
Ball up 1-1.
That's a lot of pitches Brett has thrown this inning. You see him shaking his hand there a little bit.
MLW definitely has the loudest fan base here.
You know who? It looks like the Yaks and Meats game is over. It looks like the Meats.
They are high-fiving. Looks like the Meats have
it looks like the Meats
moved
advanced.
on.
And then Meats were the favorites in that game, so it's it wouldn't be unexpected. And the Yaks had a great tournament representing their home city, one of the older franchises here. More than 20 years ago they formed. Captain
And Brett hits
that
the
was-
top of the zone.
buckled his knees.
Gets the strikeout, and there we go, heading to the top of the bottom of the second inning. Now that I've got it correctly again.
Well, that was a long inning, so
It was a long inning.
and it's a 6-0 lead MLW. What a good inning, but also what a frustrating inning for Mo-Whiff. Featured a few wild pitches, a few walks, and a fielding miscue. So.
Yeah. And that's back-to-back errors in the innings from Jordan. So he's wanting to get back in the game and help his pitcher out.
But
We'll see what they do coming next inning.
Kyle had the big blow though early in the inning. He had a 2-run double that extended the lead from gave him a 2-0 lead. So it started off with a blast, and then it continued with the small ball from MLW.
I still can't tell who won between the Meats and the Yaks. The Yaks look like they're throwing Dan Potter again on the mound like he's trying to do something, and the Meats have their hoodies on. A lot of great games going on today in the Bridge Round, everyone, and it's my honor to be here today with all of you. If I can't be playing, what could be better than watching some great wiffle ball here at People's Bank Park? And MLW and Mo-Whiff on Field 1 is going to be a fantastic finish to this game. Hopefully Mo-Whiff makes some comebacks. The trophy is in the press box, folks, and somebody today will be walking home with this amazing trophy and a great prize.
We still don't have a score for the Yaks Meats. We're trying to get that for you.
First game that finished, and everybody's excited to see what happens in these bridge rounds. I mean, these winner go home games are, so fun to watch. Yeah, it's hard to tell. The Yaks have, Potter's still pitching up there, and the Meats got hoodies on, and they're walking towards the concourse. I mean, I assume the Meats won, and they're just going to hang out.
All right, so if you're Kyle here, you have a 6-0 lead. What's your frame of mind like?
I think it's just about containing the damage. If he walks a guy, you got to get the next guy. You can't keep losing it. And this team has a lot to work with. Maybe they save Kyle's arm if they're really thinking that they want to. If they get through this inning, maybe the next 2 innings they go a different route. Because guess what? In the rules of this game, he can come back in. So even if Tommy or Chris or Jimmy struggle, he can always come back in and try to shut the door too.
Is it challenging as a pitcher to not think ahead, like, oh, juggernauts? You have to stay focused, right, on this current game?
It is very difficult, especially in this tournament when there's so many moving parts with the bracket, and anything can happen. If one team loses a nice drop ball from
That was
Kyle,
very nice. He's impressive with the movement on his pitches.
after 3 balls he goes to that, and he hadn't pitched that the entire at bat. So yeah, it is a lot of moving parts in this tournament, and you want to avoid Route 2. You want to figure out who you're going to play next. You want to avoid the bridge. You want to do all these things to get to the 16. But
Lead off walk there from Mo-Whiff.
it's going to, MLW is going to be happy if they get to the Sweet 16. They should call that a success for them for sure.
Yeah.
Both these teams
Yeah, absolutely.
being new to the tournament, and pumps a sweeping 2-seamer there from Kyle.
So there's a positive start to the inning from Mo-Whiff. A leadoff walk. You need to string together a few good positive at-bats here. Put some pressure on.
Brett,
Ground ball back
ground
to the
ball.
pitcher. Let's see if they can turn 2.
Chris Cheatham gets it here, throws, and right over the zone, double play. Not what Mo-Whiff wanted to do. Brett got some contact on it, just wasn't hard contact, but he was seeing it well. We'll see what Jason Worstenholm comes up with here at the plate for Mo-Whiff.
Very good mechanics in that play. You could tell they worked on that play. 2 outs. So it goes from starting a little bit of a rally to a double play. Just deflates you if you're Mo-Whiff.
And as we figured, the Meats did win that game against the Yaks. Yaks, what a great run for them.
Oh, yeah.
They represented well, like you said.
Great guys over there.
Yeah, everybody loves that team, and a lot of people were very surprised they made it, and did so well.
Yeah.
And especially losing, quote unquote, their possible best player, Noah Silverman, to a
Yeah.
different team this year.
Yeah, Noah's on the Phenoms. Is that where?
He is
or
Ridley Park.
Ridley Park. Yep,
Ridley
I should
Park.
get that right. I don't know who the Meats play next.
Oh, Kyle Schultz really
The Meats
wanted
play
that.
Bad Batch next.
Bad Batch getting a 3-0 bid on the bottom of that bracket. They really worked for it. The quote-unquote Ridley Park C team went 3-0. 2 Ridley Park teams go 3-0. And
So much ridiculous amount of talent, Ridley Park.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but on my Holy Commutes, I did say 2 Ridley Park teams were going to go 3-0. So I did predict it. Now, I didn't predict Bad Batch. I said long balls. But, I can still say that 2 Ridley Park teams went on.
The great thing with Ridley Park is they don't get intimidated by anybody.
Yeah.
And they get hit because they're facing good pitching all the time in their league and in MAW, and they play everything. Those guys are great guys. Fly ball right
Jason.
field. Foul
Foul.
ball, 10 feet maybe.
Jason is on that sweeping slider, sweeping 2-seam, whatever you want to call it, from Kyle. In Ridley Park, I believe they all have a chance to get all 3 of them into the Sweet 16, which would be an amazing feat for
Absolutely.
one league, quote unquote, to get there.
I mean, it's one of the craziest stories of football. I think that whole league is just so talented and deep, pitching and hitting.
Jason swings through it, and that'll take us to the top of the 3rd. We do play 5 innings, though, folks, so it is not over by any means. Pretty much Mo-Whiff's mentality here is you have to limit 4 runs.
Yeah.
You can't lose 10-0 to end this early because they have to chip away as they go along. So Mo-Whiff really has to limit the damage right now.
And if they want to come back and get themselves, put some pressure on MLW, they can't give up any more runs at all.
And no matter what happens in this game, both teams have put on a great tournament for their first year, making it to this round where they are 1 game away from getting to that final 16.
So if you're part of Mo-Whiff and you're down 6-0, what are you thinking? Are you trying to cut the lead in half, or are you just trying to get a couple runs? What are you thinking out there?
I mean, I guess you just split it up between how many innings you get. So they get
Yeah.
3 more at bats, you try to get 2 each time, focus on it. Or if you can somehow put pressure on and get 2 guys on or bases loaded, then you got to keep that rolling. You can't lose that momentum. You can't lose that. That's when you got to get the bulk of your runs right there, is when you have the burners on.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good attitude to have, because if you're thinking 6-0, it's intimidating. It's gonna be hard to come
Yeah.
back. Break it up in small segments.
You got to chip away. Common phrase in baseball, common phrase in even the sport of wiffle ball. Got to just chip away there.
If you look to your left on this screen, you can see Black Dog Country Club acting as groundskeepers, moving equipment around and stuff.
Love it, love it. you know?
The ageless J over there. Faced him 20 years ago. I can't believe you guys still raking.
Looks like the Phenoms are also warming up now. Toast looks like he's going to be on the mound for the Phenoms, warming up there. An electric arm, and David Wood as well. Tommy Coughlin now up. Brett Spencer back on the mound for Mo-Whiff. Slow. Almost a changeup there.
Yeah,
for
it's
Brett.
like a high changeup. I mean, I know it probably wasn't his intention, but
Maybe it didn't drop. It was supposed to be a drop. But
stayed high.
could have been a changeup. Maybe we're not in his mind. We're not quite sure, but there's that slider, top of the zone.
That pitch is a little crazy right there, where it actually started
Rises,
out and then it
yeah.
rose and it went slower. So
Sliding
it was
riser, yeah.
it was a different pitch. You can tell Brett's having a challenging time keeping that ball dry for a good grip.
Ooh, just misses.
Yeah, that was inches.
Brett has pitched more innings of wiffle ball this year than he has in his entire life. He has our league in St. Louis is going on season 20 next year. We've been playing for 19 years.
That's absolutely amazing.
And Brett has been there since the beginning. So he has pitched a lot for his team in SWBL. He pitched a lot in Summer League. He pitched a lot in Mo-Whiff. He pitched the NWA tournament and now UWiffs. So he's thrown the most innings he's ever thrown. His arm feels a little sore, so maybe that's kind of getting to him here in this
Yeah.
final inning.
Are you doing anything
Swings
special for
for
the 20th anniversary for the league?
We have a lot of things planned, a lot of special things planned, a lot of alumni coming back from past
Oh,
years that
that's
haven't come
awesome.
back, doing a little alumni game, do a new additions to the field. You know, we got new logo, t-shirts, a bunch of stuff coming out. Really excited for season 20, but yeah, it's tough to think a lot of leagues out there have been 20 years in the making. So.
That's a very crazy.
Swings!
Oh,
through,
that's a nice
gets
pitch.
the strikeout.
Got him ahead too.
Brett Spencer, nice drop ball there.
Yeah, and it kept it inside too, so he couldn't get his hands around to hit it. Another exciting play. One of the games over there, the bright yellow jerseys.
Lemonheads.
Lemonheads, yeah.
Against the Whiskey Ducks over there in the bridge round. Looks like a home run from the Lemonheads.
Might
Lemonheads.
have been Tim Beck. I couldn't tell if he's hit it or he's just very excited for his teammate.
Lemonheads could make a run as well. They
Yeah.
have some electric arms. I mean, throwing 97. Styles throwing 97 yesterday on the gun here at People's Bank Park.
Yeah, Style. I mean, we had fortunate enough to see Styles pitch yesterday. It was very impressive.
And I know he pitched a few games before that too and had trouble with command, and then all of a sudden gets to field one on the big stage and is just like lighting it up.
Yeah. He had everything working yesterday too.
Yeah.
We got one out here in the top of the third. MLW up 6-0. They put 6 across in the second inning.
Only inning with some scoring. Game started off 0-0. You thought it was going to be a barn burner, and then all of a sudden it exploded for MLW.
I think it was one of those things snowballed. They got away from Brett that inning.
Kyle had his pitching ball in his pocket. Just throws it out now. I've done that before. I accidentally kept my phone or something in my pocket when I'm hitting. I was like, what am I doing here?
Like a Ben Simmons, having his
Yeah.
phone and sweatpants at practice for the Sixers. Got one out. Kyle up here.
Oh, and a nice pitch from Brett.
He's hitting that pitch this inning, like in inner corner. He's putting it in a good spot.
And it almost looks like he lowered his velocity just so he can make sure he gets his command down. You know, it really hurt him to get the walks last inning. So it looks like maybe that's what he changed in his mindset on the mound, because he wants to make him earn it, right? And
Looks like we got a one out walk there.
don't want to give up walks, but you know, a walk to Kyle Schultz isn't a bad thing.
Yeah.
Kyle swinging a good bat, obviously, this game and all weekend long. And MLW will need him to be their workhorse today.
Yep.
Something's peeking out here, Nick, coming
Yeah,
back
it feels
out.
good. It's a little chilly for my hands. The players are probably fine because they're moving around constantly, but broadcasters are we're
feeling all right. We're feeling all
Yeah.
right.
Mo-Whiff could use a easy pop up or a double play that they turn.
Yeah, double play would be nice. Get out of the inning, get quick back up to the plate, get Kyle back out there. Swing and a miss from Jimmy Norpin. Brett is way ahead here, 0-2. You know, he might be thinking in his head, go screwball here, but if he misses, it's a pass ball, you miss out on the double play. A lot of things can go through your mind in this format.
And like you mentioned earlier, he might have to adjust for a screwball if he throws it. Start way to the left.
We'll see what happens here. He does do the screwball. Goes inside, though.
He's still getting. He has a lot of movement on that. He's getting a
He
feel
does.
for it. Sometimes you go through a whole game and you can't get the feel for a certain pitch. Back to
And
back
there it is,
screwballs.
screwball, top of the zone, strikeout from Brett Spencer. Jimmy Norp throws the bat down in frustration. 2 down for the Mo-Whiff Miracle.
That might have been his best pitch of the day.
It was. Top of the zone like that. Looks like it's going to miss. And he hasn't been hitting the screwball much. So, Jimmy Norp was probably saying, if you throw a screwball, I'm not swinging.
Yeah. And he had good velocity on the ground ball.
Jordan dive.
Oh, nice try, though. He got his
That was
left
a
hand
great
on it.
dive. Kept it first and second. Not a clean single there. So he will first and second with 2 outs.
Just missed that one.
Yeah. And, it could have been an easy flip to second if he
Yeah.
would have made the play, but that's tough, it's especially in this grass and that little hump from the artificial that's covering up the dirt.
And on ground balls when you dive for it, the rule is at UWiff, you got to throw it from your knees. You can't get up on your feet. I think that might be new this year.
If you're going to second, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think you can get up if you're going home, but yeah, second for the easy out or double plays, you have to stay on your knees.
This is where we need to find Paul Cook to clarify these rules. I read the entire rule book numerous times, Sam. Sometimes playing
There are
different leagues.
so many
It's
rules.
challenging. Imagine your league too. You know your own rules, and
Yeah. Well, and our first game was against Way Too Beautiful, and we were playing them. There was even rules, they play in MLW, and they were getting wrong. The changes. They're like, yeah, even this is different. So.
that's one of the cool things about wiffle ball. You have different rules. Some have running, the different defenses. It's amazing how diverse the sport is as far as where you go in the country or even within a state, how different it is.
And that makes it so amazing that all these teams are here playing one style, an agreed upon style that everybody kind of comes to. And there's so many clean ball Midwesterners out there that are here throwing these scuffed balls. So it's exciting to see the sport of wiffle ball truly come united.
Yeah, absolutely.
As the tournament namesake has.
Appropriate name. Well, what a good job by Tommy to fight that ball. If he noticed at the last second it was going to hit the strike zone, he swung and fouled it off.
I think Brett's laughing at him, talking to him too, because he knows as well that it was going to hit.
Brett's a little ticked off. He's like, I wanted that strike 3. Tries it again, just misses down and in.
Wow, hits the pole underneath the zone.
Very impressive at bat and commanded the strike zone here by Tommy. Laying off a tough pitch, fouling off a tough pitch.
Tommy, another experienced whiffler, as we've mentioned before. Oh, he thought it was going to drop. A walk from Tommy makes it bases loaded. For the guy you don't want to see him bases loaded, 2 outs. Kyle Schultz is up.
Yeah, Kyle had the big blow. It's 6-0, but he's the one that made it 2-0 on the double down the line in the second inning.
Only thing you don't want here is a home run. You don't want. Oh, goes for the screwball first pitch.
I mean, Brett is just barely missing pitches here. He's actually, this is his best inning so far, I think, even though it's bases loaded and he didn't get any in the first
No, I
inning.
agree.
The stuff is very good this inning.
Nice. Did it hit there? Looks like it was a strike. Brett calls it a strike there. Kyle agrees. 1-1.
The gentleman's game, I love that about wiffle ball. No arguing. He's like, hey, well, that hit, right? He's like, yeah, that hit.
This tournament more than any, the gentleman's rule, and it was said, and it's so great to have, swings through that one. Brett makes it drop down. There's so many. This is like mainly an East Coast style. And there's so many East Coast whiffers out there that are helping other teams out.
Yeah.
And Mo-Whiff and MLW, both being from the Midwest. Mo-Whiff, I know, had a lot of questions for their opponents too, and everybody's such a great gentleman's game for everybody so far in this tournament.
Yeah,
2-2.
Speaking of which, I believe we have players representing 27 different states here.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
44 teams, 27 different states. It's absolutely incredible.
I think the goal should be to get Alaska and Hawaii. As Brett gets the strikeout out of the inning, puts up a 0 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Well, rumor has it, Sam, I don't know if you follow my social media, but the Japanese team
Coming next year.
hoping to come in the near
I
future.
did hear that,
Like
yes.
how great this will be a true international
I know.
championship, not just a.
I did see that the Tigers were going to make an effort to come in 2023 or 2022, excuse me. So it'll be exciting to have them for sure.
Yeah, and if you don't follow them, go on. They often post on Twitter. I think Instagram too. Check them out.
Wiffle Tigers. They just they've been retweeting, they've been liking everything so far in the United Wiffle NCT. I'm sure they're watching now, so even in the different time zone, time change, I'm sure they are watching it or rewatching games later on.
And supposedly, I know Tim Cook mailed them, I believe, a few loco bats, and they were so excited to use the non-yellow bats.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see just from their videos how far they've come with their pitching and hitting. They're
it's amazing.
great athletes. So wiffle ball has become an international sport. It's truly, truly amazing. Adam leaning off here for Mo-Whiff. Let's see if they can put a couple runs across. It's still early, Sam. It's not,
It is. There's plenty of time left. 3
Yeah.
more at bats for Mo-Whiff.
And if they could put across 2, maybe 3 runs, they can put a lot more pressure on MLW.
Kyle Schultz getting Jimmy Norton back in the game. Jimmy talking to fans.
The MLW players do a great job of communicating with the fans.
Kyle missed poorly on his go-to pitch. Luckily, nobody on base.
Some excitement in the Lemonheads game over down there. Not from the Lemonheads, though, I don't think. From,
Looks like the Waves or High Rollers. They were really excited about a strikeout, it looks like. Ending an inning on a strikeout, pumping your fist, there's nothing better as a pitcher.
yeah. Especially in a big spot.
Oh, and then he goes right back to the pitch and hits on a lefty on the inside half. I mean, that is just...
I must say that Kyle reminds me sort of an early 2000 pitcher. Like
Drop ball. Oh, almost knuckled there.
Yeah,
Did you see
it was
that?
almost a knuckle drop. He gets him looking.
I mean, Adam didn't even move the bat. I mean, that was an amazing pitch from Kyle. 1 out.
Kind of crazy to say. MLW is like they young team and they're a lot of young followers, but Kyle is like a old school pitcher in a lot of the pitches he throws, and it's very impressive.
I mean, obviously Kyle being, Jordan swings through that one. He was expecting it.
With his
Kyle,
movement.
5-time Cy Young Award for MLW, so he's been always right there in the pitching
That's
statistics,
incredible.
categories, awards for his team.
To do that
So-
5 times is amazing. You got to stay healthy. Things have to break your way. You have to be
And
focused.
he's still pitching,
Yeah.
and he pitches so many innings and does all the production for them. So to be a high-quality player and a high-quality producer of the league too is something special, and he is the full package. Hits the very corner. So Jordan did swing at the right pitch there, but it's so sweeping, Nick, that it'd be so hard to get around on. You got to get that barrel through so quickly.
It's going to be interesting if they get through this game and he faces against the Jugs to see how he does, because all 4 of the Jugs can hit between Stan, Red, and McElrath brothers.
How exciting would it be if MLW knocked them off and kept rolling?
It would be exciting, but the one thing
Swings through the same pitch.
I
2
have
outs
I
and a
have picked the
strikeout.
Juggernauts to go far. I mean, it's not a surprising pick because they're one nation's
No.
best, but as a 4-man team that hasn't changed their roster for this, it's pretty crazy. 2 outs here.
Brett Spencer now up, sporting the Mo-Whiff jersey and the SWBL hat. Hits low on the zone there, 1-0.
Speaking of jerseys, it's super impressive what teams are doing.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they're raising their jersey game every year. A lot of good, cool looking jerseys out there.
I wish we had the numbers in front of us. I don't know how many. There's 2 Whifflers out there in the country that I think have outfitted maybe 30 of the 44 teams this year. And it's wild to me that two people in the Wiffle country, Wiffle world, have outfitted 30 out of these 44 teams.
That's awesome. It's come a long way. It used to just be, which was cool, just T-shirts and whatever works. It's a backyard sport after all. But a national championship, it's incredible.
And it does say jerseys are optional, but everybody shows up because they want to show off what they got.
Yeah,
they want to show off
absolutely.
their designs. They want to show off their personality a little more. As Brett takes a walk there.
Yeah, 2-out walk. I was just about to say, Sam, too. This might be Kyle's best inning is stuff-wise, and then he still looks great stuff-wise, but then a 2-out walk there. Jason coming up. Good hack there. Looking for a pitch to drive, provide a spark for his team.
Jason using the walk-off bat right now, the new bat on the market, and strike 2 there.
There's a lot of great at bat. What bat do you use when you're playing?
The only bat I use in fast pitch wiffle ball is the What-A-Bat. I've used it from Home Run Derby, got fourth place in the home run derby, Nick. I was one away from breaking that top 3. I came up short, and that is a tiring thing to do.
How many home runs did you hit that final round?
I hit 21, and I think,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that was what a performance. There's ground ball to
Oh,
third.
ground
Let's
ball
see.
to Tommy.
Does he have the angle?
He missed. Wild pitch on it there, or wild throw, excuse me. Tommy misses the throw.
Speaking of which, if you're a fan and you didn't see Friday night's home run derby, we do have it on the UWiff YouTube page. Both Jordan Robles, who won it back-to-back years, and Tim McElrath hit over 30 home runs in 60 seconds, which is insane.
And in the first 2 rounds, nobody hit. The closest one was 28.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you're hitting over 30. It's crazy. And I'm almost glad that I didn't make it to the next round because I would have got embarrassed.
Oh man, those two are nuts. Adam coming up here. So now let's see if Mo-Whiff can make MLW pay. You know what? I mean, that was a tough play, but not at first and second. Ooh.
Just missing
If you
again.
drive a pitch here, you can make it 6-2, 6-3 in a heartbeat.
Yeah, with 2 outs, you almost have to go for it here. You got to go for that double. You got to go for the triple or the home run. You got to go for something. And Adam,
A single
hits
up the
it.
middle.
Clean single.
Drives in a run here.
Wow.
Very impressive at bat there.
It'll be first and third now. 6-1. Adam North.
Well, that definitely sparks the team now. Now Mo-Whiff, you have 2 outs. 2-out rally really gets the team going, I believe. Jordan coming up here from Mo-Whiff. Let's see if he continue the positive momentum here.
Strike 1.
Mo-Whiff has a never die attitude. They showed it yesterday, and they're showing it again right now.
All these guys fight, and the beauty of this Mo-Whiff team, and even probably a little less from MLW, I know it's new to their style, but Mo-Whiff is literally a nothing to lose team, and that's scary to
Yes.
face for any of these guys.
Playing with house money type
Exactly.
attitude.
There's so many teams out there, like Bad Batch right now, facing off the Meats in the first round of the Sweet 16. They got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
They proved it. They went 3-0, and they're facing off against a superstar team like the Meats. Nothing to lose. Way Too Beautiful facing the Whippets. Nothing to lose.
Yeah. Good pitch, but Kyle almost
Wow,
recognized the
Kyle,
moment
first 3 pitches just goes right after him, but 6-1. Mo-Whiff gets 1 back as we head to the top of the 4th inning.
And leading off for MLW, you have Jimmy, Chris, Tommy, and if anybody gets on, it's followed by Kyle. Leading off here for MLW is Jimmy. Thank you.
So yeah, the rule is that they do only get they don't get an extra base from
Okay.
doing it. So it is 6-1, like we said.
Yeah, there are some, I wouldn't use the word complicated, but a number of rules you have to know wiffle ball. And whether you miss the backstop or you need to hit the strike zone to prevent their lead base runner from going forward.
Yeah, I mean, and it's almost like you got to aim for the zone. And
When in doubt, aim for the zone.
wow, and if you heard that, folks, C4 and Phenoms in the first round. I think everybody expected it. They expected C4 to win the bridge game, and
Somebody's gonna be disappointed early.
I know. And this tournament, you got to win your games, obviously,
do.
right?
Yeah.
But you got to believe that the first team that comes out of that team that comes out of that is going to make another big run because they got kind of the monkey off their back early.
Yeah. Ground ball. Third base, is it fair?
It's up to Jimmy. He calls it fair.
Looks like it was a single. Good hustle by Mo-Whiff to prevent it from being a double.
And Jordan Smith running after that one. Yeah, that Phenom C4 game will be much watch wiffle ball.
Some gas the pitcher's going to be throwing that game, too.
You got to believe Sean Steffi's going to be on the mound against David Wood.
Ground ball, third again.
Another one. Could Adam save it? And he... Wow. It hits the wall. He missed it on the slide.
Yeah,
he
nice.
shakes it.
Great
Does hit
effort,
the wall.
though,
That
but...
will score a run. Runner on second. It is 7-1 now. Heartbreaking for the Miracle as Adam tries to make a play in the dirt.
Good hustle by Adam. He went to the, you see this in football a lot, a slide, but it looked like the ball deflected off his ankle or his
and it kind of
foot.
hit the gravel as we are around here. And
Easier said than done, Sam, but
Yeah.
maybe it would be better to do a soccer play sort of where you run and just kick it rather than slide.
Sure.
But and plus you have the gravel, like you said, the warning tracks out here.
And Adam, you know, now he's dirty. Now he has to drive 12 hours home if they lose here. So hopefully he's got some pants to change into.
Yeah. That is true.
Although he'll gain an hour back, so it will only be like 11 hours of time. Tommy Coughlin now up as MLW All-Stars do score a run, 7-1 on that last double by
Man on second, no outs.
Chris Cheatham hitting it down the line.
MLW showing very, very impressive at the plate today. Not just the second inning and this inning, but even the last inning when they didn't score, it had 3 guys on base.
A walk there from Tommy Coughlin, and Brett and Jason look at each other and say, you know, that's all right. We can get the double play now, get the easy outs. No outs in this inning, though, as Kyle Schultz is up for MLW.
And you need the breaks to go your way with the ball too. MLW has hit 3 balls, at least 3, that have just been narrowly missed at third base area or left field. And if it was like another foot or 2 to the left, maybe they get the out or even a double play at certain circumstances. But that's the way it goes in wiffle ball sometimes.
And you never know. And any of these teams here can win this tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's just how wiffle ball is. It doesn't matter if you're the best pitcher in the country. If you don't find the zone for that time and you get base load a walk and then a double, it could be 2-0. And everything is a scratch and claw mentality in this tournament. And when you get that big home run, though, I mean, it just sets your team on fire.
Ooh, just missed. Up and in.
Looks like another walk
Was that a
below the
walk
bases,
here?
and it looks like we are going to have a pitching change. And just as we thought, Jason Worsenholm looks to be coming in for the Mo-Whiff Miracle. No outs, bases loaded. Probably a smart idea for Brett to pull himself here. Brett fought really hard that start. Fought through a fantastic season. This will be the last time you will see Brett Spencer pitch in 2021, and he will not start it back up again probably till spring training 2022.
Yeah, nothing to be. In fact, he should be proud of,
Yeah.
and him and his team proud of their performance.
Definitely.
Make it this far. This kind of group that are here at the tournament is nuts.
And while it is not over yet,
Yeah.
it is a long hill to climb
Yep.
for Mo-Whiff here, and hopefully Jason can just shut the door here early and limit the damage even more.
And what does Jason feature on the mound?
Jason has a lot of straight stuff. He works strikes. He throws a lot of strikes. He can feature a screwball here and there, but throws kind of a straight ball, kind of like a straight drop, and then has a little riser as well. So he works very middle of the zone. You're not going to see a lot of out and in pitches. He's going to work middle, which is sometimes good, especially if you need to get rid of the command issues for a team.
Yeah, sort of like when you emergency type guy, eat some innings, and
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. Every team needs one of those too.
Yes, he was effective in the Mo-Whiff League this first year. Him and Spencer Bogad were the 1-2 monster for their team. Sirens go off here. Sure everybody can hear that.
Yeah, it sounds like it's maybe going off in maybe the outer part of the stadium.
And there we go, we're back, folks.
Maybe it's to let everybody know that C4 and Phenoms are playing.
Jimmy Norp now up with the bases loaded.
With no outs, actually. So this game could be, it's 7-1 right now. You can break it completely wide open.
Jimmy Norp also swinging the walk-off bat. So maybe getting some endorsements there. Who knows? And a strike pumps the zone from Jason Worsnell. That's what you need with the bases loaded.
Good location from Jason too, inside corner. When Jimmy's batting, he's sort of crowding the plate. That's not unusual in wiffle ball. Oh, nice play!
Oh my gosh!
What a catch.
Jason Worsnell
Wow.
makes the catch. That is unbelievable.
He saved 2 runs there too.
We have seen some amazing fielding this year.
Absolutely stunning
But
play.
Jason just, oh my gosh. That is amazing, folks. Just right back at him.
And a very, very limited time to react. To basically defend yourself there, and he happened to catch the ball. One of the better plays by a pitcher you're going to see.
Who knows? And if they can turn a double play here, I mean, this could be momentum turning here for the Mo-Whiff Miracle. After a play like that, get everybody hyped up.
What I love about wiffle ball too, Sam, is when you make a good play and there's players watching. Right now, we got the juggernauts over there. Even MLWs, obviously, everybody cheered that play on.
You give respect
Yeah.
when respect is due, for sure.
A lot of wows and oohs and ahs on that play.
There were 2 back-to-back over-the-fence catches yesterday from robbing home runs. MLW, Jimmy Norp was one of them. And then my brother Gus Skibby was another one. It was back-to-back fields on the opposite sides. I mean, the fielding here has been amazing.
Those are electrifying plays to see somebody rob a home run. There's a RBI walk from Chris. So unfortunately, after that great play,
still got to get his feet wet. Still got to get his command going. He just came in, didn't throw a lot of warm-up pitches, threw a lot yesterday.
that might have been the hardest hit ball of the game so far. It was a good catch. Exit velocity, I'm going to guess 111. I keep joking with Paul Cook. We need to have a gun for exit velocity in the future.
A strike there from Jason. There are a lot of teams that use the pocket radars.
Yeah.
And the pocket radar gets the pitch coming in, but then it also gets your backswing.
Yeah.
Doesn't get the exit velocity, but gets your backswing.
That's good stuff to have, though. Good data. Wiffle balls, wild pitch.
It's a wild pitch. Scores another run, 9-1.
Man on second and third. Tommy in the box here.
With only 1 out, if they score 2 more runs here, Mo-Whiff will. This inning will go as long as it needs to, obviously being the away team.
Yeah.
And Mo-Whiff will have to earn some back. So they can limit the damage here. Hopefully it'll be fine. A walk won't matter as much right now. But they'd like to get these outs here. And another ball from Jason. Loads the bases. No run scores, though.
MLW is showing, I think, their veteran savvy here. Because they're not chasing bad pitchers, they're staying focused. You want to keep those good habits going forward into the next game, too. You don't want to give away at-bats. Obviously, they're showing great respect in Mo-Whiff here, but also you don't want to ever assume anything. You just want to, you want to pound the team, but you want to be respectful at the same time. Let's see if Jason could navigate his way out of a bases loaded situation here.
This game is all about, a lot of times, limiting the damage, obviously, and walks are a huge hindrance for that. And when MLW is just pitching so many less walks than Mo-Whiff in this game, it's going to come back to bite you. And there's 3-0 to Kyle.
Probably creating a little box for himself. Most likely he's taking the pitch, but if it's right down the middle, you might see an aggressive swing here. Still only 1 out. A remarkable 1 out, actually.
Got the strike he needed. Hopefully that'll get him going. You love to hear that sound as a pitcher. Come right back to it now.
It helps you mentally big time when you're struggling with command out there. Good pitch by Jason. Let's see if he can do back-to-back ones.
He does. Kyle was watching the whole way.
Good location,
tell.
though. Good spot down and away, too.
Full count here. Kyle now might be a little more aggressive. We'll see what happens. He wants to get out of this game without throwing too many more innings. He personally wants 2 more runs. He does swing through it. It goes foul, though.
As you saw the fielders there, it's important when the ball goes foul to track it, just in case it bounces back in fair territory.
And in that situation, my thought would be Brett would throw it to the strike zone.
Yeah.
Get the lead runner. You don't want to throw to second and risk the double play. You want to get that lead runner. Oh, it just misses.
Missed by inches.
And that'll be the 10th run for the MLW All-Stars. 1 out.
That's a good call, though. I think you're right because you want to be a far throw to second base. To
You
try
don't
to
want,
even
yeah.
you might
Get
as
the
well-
lead runner, don't let them
Yeah.
score.
And you got to hit that strike zone, like you said. Get the lead runner. Hit the
And being so
backstop.
close, I really feel high rollers looking like they have hit.
Very exciting, and they're going nuts over there.
Danny Haverty looks like he has done something special over there, number 4.
It looks like a few of the players ran the bases with that, not just the hitter.
They all ran the base.
Yeah, they all ran the bases, the entire team. That Lemonhead's, over there too. Like that's a lot of exciting stuff happening in that field.
Oh, that is a passed ball. We
Oh,
have
good catch.
11-1.
Focus.
We're caught up in the excitement too, folks. This is great stuff happening on this field.
11-1 on the pass ball, which makes it the 10-run. So Mo-Whiff will have to score some runs off Kyle Schultz, or the game is over. Hits the zone, gets the bottom corner. Speaking of jerseys, Trent Steffes has made his appearance. Trent Steffes outfitting, he said 15 teams
Wow,
here at the NCT.
great job.
So what is, for my education, and anybody listening, what is the typical cost to outfit a team?
Ground ball back to third.
Going for 2 here, going to Jordan. Can he make the throw? And he does not.
So because of that,
The run does score.
run scores. And what's the base situation? Do we go?
Run does score. They get the runner out at first.
So it's second and third then.
Yes. Second and third. 2 outs.
And 12-1 here.
Yep.
So
And to answer your question, Tim Dean posed the question if you didn't hear what it costs to outfit teams. You're looking anywhere between 20 to 30 bucks per jersey, about depending on what you do. And there's a lot of teams like Mo-Whiff they have a sponsorship with a local company in St. Louis called Winning Streak, and Winning Streak Incorporated sponsors theirs, and they have 15 bucks for their jerseys just with their. So I mean, I'm sure you can find something anywhere. It depends probably how much decal you use, how much detail you put in, but and another pass ball there. It'll be runner on third base, 13-1.
yeah, 2 big innings from MLW. 6 in the second, and so far 7 in the fourth have been undoing to Mo-Whiff.
You don't want. You hate to see a team get eliminated like this, who has fought and clawed their way all weekend long. 3-1. Close friends of mine as well. You hate to see
Yeah.
it for them too to go out like this. They were really excited for this game.
And like you said earlier, though, like I think when they settle down, they'll realize they had a lot of success at this championship.
Sure.
So a lot of people are very impressed by their performance.
Just missing.
Personal and team success, no matter wherever they play next year, they could, take with them that they performed very well at the United Wiffle Championship.
And you look to next year too. You say, what can we improve upon to get better here? And even MLW, what can they improve upon on too? Everybody's going to be thinking about that next year. And it's not just who can we add to our roster. It's what can we do with our internal roster to make us better wiffle ball players.
Yeah, I feel like in modern wiffle ball, it's constant people analyzing what they could do, to get better, whether it's adding a player, a pitcher, a batter, something like that, and figuring things out.
Don't get me wrong, there are.
Nice pitch.
Jason gets it there, and that'll be the 3rd out. Stops the bleeding here at 13-1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. If they want to make it another inning, they need to score 3. Scoring 2 doesn't even do it. It'll be 13-3. It'll be up by 10 still, so they got to score 3 against Kyle Schultz, who has been pitching very well.
And you made a great point before too, Sam. This is good for Kyle. It's going to save some bullets in his arm. I mean, he's going to pitch 4 innings most likely. Save at least 1 inning. Who's 20, 30 pitches maybe. So
I know you want to save his arm for 1 inning, but there is a rule of thought of you were up 13-1.
Yeah.
Why not save 2 innings, even if you go 2 more?
I agree.
If you think Jimmy or Tommy can get you out of this game, pull yourself, save your arm, get ready for the juggernauts.
I do think it is individual. While I agree with you, I think some pitchers' mentality is I want to stay loose. But
Oh, for sure, and you're
Yeah.
definitely right, and especially on a chillier morning. It's
Yeah.
not too bad out here, but it's a long day that you
Yeah.
got, and you want to stay loose, especially if you're the best pitcher.
you
This is the game that matters. I mean, you win or go home. That's what matters.
Somebody, a big home run in center field.
Ridley Park.
Man, that Ridley Park team is tough.
It's like Teddy Dretcher hits a home run.
They hit big home runs. Yeah, Teddy hits big home runs at MLW all the time. Like, I mean, it's just, that team is just so, all those players are so fun to watch. They're so energetic, too.
Facing off against a Claus team who I think surprised everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, that Claus team came out and had some fantastic wins. Brett Spencer now up for Mo-Whiff.
And I believe the Claws were the last team entered in the tournament. So the 44th team that entered in the tournament, Sam, is, you know, made it very far.
I mean, they're in the top 16. Did
Think
a great
about
job
it.
to get there.
A few weeks ago, they weren't even in the tournament, and then all of a sudden they joined, and now, wow.
And they beat C4.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Brett hits a long
deep
fly
fly
ball.
center.
Oh! Home run!
Just out of
Brett
their reach.
Spencer gets one back. Brett Spencer with a huge home run. His first home run. His first home run of the entire tournament comes
Wow.
in a huge spot.
Great effort, too, by MLW there. Like, he just missed it. I thought he was going to have a chance, you know, maybe if he was 6'2".
Oh, and Jason comes right back to the outfield, too, with a fly ball to Jimmy Norton for the first down.
Coming out swinging, Mo-Whiff here. Two very aggressive swings.
I mean, they got nothing to lose at this point, right? You
Yeah.
need 3 runs to keep this game going. It's just too bad that, you know, somebody else couldn't have been on base for Brett there. Couldn't have started the inning off somebody else as he was sitting that pitch for sure.
I feel good for Brett because, you know, he started off pitching and he didn't have that great second inning, but now he gets to leave on a, you know, possibly leave on a good note with a home run to right
He
center.
gets a little revenge from Kyle and can
Yeah.
hold his head. It's the only home run of the game so far.
And there's
Adam North hits a triple.
bullet. And I think the ball
wall.
imploded a little bit in that
A
one.
triple off the wall for Adam North.
Extra base hits galore this inning.
Wow.
And now, I would say, Sam, you also, if you're Kyle, you don't want to, even if you're trying to save your arm a little bit here, you don't want to.
You don't want to go any deeper for sure.
Yeah, and also in negative vibes, I guess you would say.
Oh, and Jordan, you could tell he almost wanted that one too. Hit the top of the zone. Strike 1 from Kyle.
It's eerie how much I feel Kyle is like an old school pitcher, the style. It's like a forkball he's throwing rather than a drop. And I love his sidearm risers.
And you. Ooh, did it hit his head? It did hit his.
Let's
not
see.
hit. Oh, he's not.
It might have been upper
his
shoulder.
It looked like he was walking towards the bench.
It's hard to tell sometimes from this view.
The intensity on Kyle's face too. It doesn't seem like a 13-2 game.
No.
You know he wants to get out of this inning, and Jason hits one right to Kyle. Kyle will make the play. Oh my gosh! The runner scores. The run scores, and there's a runner on first. It is 13-3.
So one more run and they extend the game.
Wow.
This
And
is the never die attitude from Mo-Whiff. This
Mo-Whiff
is
has
incredible.
been all weekend long, and look who's up, Brett Spencer.
Man on first, 1 out.
13-3.
And Kyle was like frustrated. You could see he didn't, you know, that was a mistake. You know, I don't know if he had
Oh, yeah.
a bad grip on the ball, went straight down. Maybe you should have thrown it easier, but oftentimes you say don't change, you know, how you field and how you throw.
He also wanted to go for the zone. He didn't want the guy from third to score. He wanted to hold that runner, and I think he was just throwing his pitch, throwing his main pitch, and he just lost the grip.
And if you're the jugs out there, you're like, okay, come on, Mo-Whiff, extend the game a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure. 2-1 count on Brett now. Like I said, Kyle's intensity and his speed coming back to the mound and his pitches started to ramp up. Oh my gosh, hits the zone there, 2-2,
That was
barely
the
nipping.
Very, very outer corner, side of the strike zone. Everybody's laughing. Brett laughed, Kyle laughed.
1 out in the inning. Brett swings
Gets
through
it
it.
chasing
Oh
there.
man, and he drops down low. There are 2 outs, and it comes down to Jason Worstonholm. A double will extend the game, but really it's about getting to the next guy, right? I
Yeah.
mean, if Jason can get to Adam, Adam has 2 hits on the day against Kyle, swinging a really good bat from the left side.
Whitener pitching on the other field.
Be out there, and we are down to our final out of this game. If Kyle can get through it.
That's a good matchup, too.
So many great matchups that are going to be left, and even into the sweep, every 16 game is going to be huge.
Ground ball back to the pitcher.
Oh, did it stop?
It looked like
Nobody knows, but
don't
they
think
are
he was
going
able
to
to get it.
call the game there, folks. 13-3 is your final score.
Yeah, basically it was 2 huge innings, Sam. It was the second inning and the fourth inning.
I know, but they're not losing.
Second inning and the fourth inning. They got 6 in the second, 7 in the fourth, and give Mo-Whiff some
Do we
credit.
have the score wrong?
I don't know.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we apologize. The teams on the field, Nick, they call their game.
Yeah.
And in the booth, if we have something different on a 13-3 or whatever it is, but it's a 9-run game now, and that just makes that last hit so much bigger for Mo-Whiff because they got what they needed, I guess, in the situation that the game was. And before the inning started, they knew it was 12-1, so they knew they needed 2, so they got there. So
Give them tip your cap to them. And that's 100% true, Sam. You know, we call the game. We don't yell down to change the rules or give them the rule or the
we
box
can't.
score.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
it's not us. It's between the 2 teams, a gentleman's game.
exactly.
12-3, heading to the top of the 5th.
This will be the final inning,
Yes.
hopefully. Unless we go to extras.
Unless you have
again,
a miraculous comeback from Mo-Whiff Miracle. Which
I
would be
see what you did
appropriate.
there. I see what you did there.
So let's see what MLW. Adam, let's see. Tommy leading off for MLW.
Jordan Smith now throwing for Mo-Whiff, coming in and throwing his screwball right away. You're going to see a screwball, you're going to see a riser. Traditional pitcher Jordan Smith, not as fast as he normally is right now because he is tired, sore.
Yeah.
He pitched a lot yesterday. Wow, and back-to-back
A lot of
screwballs
movement.
there.
And not much, it's, like you said, sore. Not much leg drive there, but
Yeah.
it's...
His velocity is so much faster than that normally. He was pitching a lot faster than that yesterday in his first couple starts. And there's his riser. Oh, yeah, that is not the pitcher you normally see from Jordan. But
it's tough to come back-to-back days, too. You got to be careful with your arm. You got to stay loose. You got to... you got to make sure you don't, hurt your elbow or shoulder, especially.
gets Tommy chasing, but a foul ball from Tommy Coughlin there.
Wouldn't stay alive by Tommy. Recognized it as it just swung at the last second.
Jordan just smiling to himself as he looks at the radar gun, probably knowing it's not as fast as he normally is. Oh, and throws a sweeping, changing slider there. 2-2.
Yeah, Mo-Whiff had some impressive at-bats that last inning. A triple and a home run, like both line drive shots, too. Ground ball to first.
Jason will scoop it up and does not make the play. Runner on first.
A lot of sloppiness the last few innings going on.
You know,
Both squads.
we had dinner together on my team in the Mo-Whiff Miracle last night, and one thing they said they're going to work on as soon as they got home was fielding.
Yeah.
In many leagues around the country, mainly in the Midwest too, it seems like a lot of teams don't throw the ball to the 8x8 backstop. They field it cleanly, it's an out.
Yeah.
So they don't get as much practice, and a lot of these East Coast teams that play in some of these leagues, they are used to the throw more often.
And that's, that was a lot of old school rules for all regions too, and then it's changed a little bit to try to simulate baseball as best you can.
Oh yeah, make the throw, yeah.
Yeah, but it is different. It is something fielders should come out and warm up too. Their first throw shouldn't be, a game situation.
And Brett actually has been their bread and butter when it's come to that throw, and it's me and him actually got together before the weekend and we practiced fielding. And he and I were both of our team's best fielders, so it does pay off when you practice just that throw indeed.
And speaking of fielding, Devin Torres is pitching on the other field. It reminds me of 2 years ago. There was a wild
Fastball
pitch.
there.
And the most important play, Sam, of the MLW championship in 2019 was Devin Torres in the field made 2 incredible fielding plays that helped his team win the wild card and eventually win the championship. So, that was the plays of the year. It wasn't a home run, wasn't a strikeout. It was 2 fielding plays.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful play there.
Yeah, speaking of fielding, his
Sylvie
teammate,
Serrano makes it and hits the zone.
Yeah.
I mean, that shows you what the experience does there as a walk from Kyle Schultz to put runners on first and second base. Jimmy Norp now up with the new walk-off bat.
2 on, no out here.
Oh, hits the top of the zone on a screwball.
I love seeing that pitch. It deflects high up in the air. It's just something cool to see. Nice pitch by Jordan. Yeah, I haven't seen Jordan pitch, but I can see the makings of a very good pitcher when he's fresh.
Yes, for sure.
I'm impressed by what he has right now, and he's running on fumes, it seems like.
He was actually the leading candidate for Cy Young for the Mo-Whiff League until he lost his command, lost some games. Jimmy Norp fouls it off. And then Cam Smith took over after that for the award, but Jordan was right there. And guess what? This is first year of wiffle ball.
Wow.
So think about that. Like,
Yeah.
and that's cool to see. You know, we talked about the Texas team too, but it's cool to see any player that comes out here. Reed Warner, his first year, a fireballer. If he can get his command down, the 8 balls are going to be so much better when they come back. I mean, there's so many players out here. It's their first year where you see so much promise. Jimmy swings through
Got
that
some
one.
swinging there.
Getting aggressive. Up 12-3. I guess you can limit a little aggressiveness there, but strikeout. First out for Jordan in the game.
And it's amazing the age difference. I mean, you have people from Can't Touch This to the new school risers, you know, with
Oh, yeah.
the ageless Jerry and Cap and
Others.
and so forth. It's absolutely, you know, one of the only sports, not many sports out there that you can do that. Have people in their 50s and people in their early teens.
Love it.
Just a bit outside, as Bob Uecker would say there.
I mean, there's gonna be so much great wiffle ball to watch, folks. If you're watching, thanks for joining us on the United Wiffle Ball YouTube feed. So many great games on Field 1, obviously, but so many other great games are being live streamed from other personal teams, social media outlets. Please make sure you're watching all day long, getting eyes on this United Wiffle NCT.
Yeah, and in between games, check out the UWiff Facebook and Instagram pages as well. Twitter has updates, and there's a big home run. It looks like
Bad Batch hits a home run over Tyler Flackney, who has given up his first run. Wow, unbelievable. A huge home run as Bad Batch continues to show their dominance from Ridley Park.
very impressive.
Amazing. Amazing to see all these great teams play this wiffle ball game that we all love.
First and second, 1 out.
Jordan gets him swinging. Chris Cheatham swinging a miss. Looks like strike 2 there, strike 3 as I mentioned, and here we go, 2 down.
2 outs, Tommy coming to the plate.
Jordan getting some quick outs here. Maybe they can get back up, make it a little closer of a game at least.
Yeah, and I mean, you could be out this inning, you know, a little miscue first at bat, but he's looked very impressive for a tired pitcher who pitched a lot of innings yesterday. Pitched a lot of innings for the year, I guess you could say, too.
Nice pitch. You're going to see Jordan Smith a lot more next year, I feel like. I feel like he's going to turn a lot more heads next year after getting a year of practice. He is very motivated young whiffler.
Yeah, and probably people become even ultra motivated after coming to a tournament like this, too.
Two
To see how they
strike-
compare
a
to
nice
other players.
ball, bottom of the zone. Way Too Beautiful is
That's a very emotional game over there, going
really
back and
taking
forth.
it to the Whippets here.
Yeah.
I think that's another home run from Way Too Beautiful. Passed ball makes it second and third.
A lot of pass balls in this game. That catcher needs to do a better job of getting those wild pitches. And we can't say enough. This is an incredible atmosphere here at People's Bank Park in York, Pennsylvania. This is the minor league home of the York Revolution.
Wow, another great fielding
Yeah, that was
play.
awesome catch.
Unbelievable.
The center field, he
Pete
slid.
Maccabee just made a one-handed diving catch to save
He
a
made
double.
it look easy too. I
Yeah.
know, that's crazy. Just missed down and away. I mean, we're seeing a lot of good plays just in other fields from watching this game too. And don't forget, earlier in this game we had Jason with the line drive back to him, made a great play in the mound too. I think the ball might have caught him more than he caught the ball, but it was still a great play.
Jordan now struggling to find command here after the pass ball. Kind of got in his head a little bit. 3 balls in a row there.
And we just heard the Lemonheads will be facing off against the usual suspects.
Wow, Lemonheads get the win over the Whiskey Ducks. There's the strikeout and ends the inning, and we head to the bottom of the 5th. Unless they get 9, this will be the last inning. We'll see what happens, though.
It's a constant stream, Sam, of yelling at different spots in this field of excitement. It's crazy. every like 30 seconds, somebody's very excited in one of the games.
Jason Worstrom will lead it off.
And let's see how Kyle. I think it's actually, I hate to say this, like, and it's weird to say this, 12-3, but it's pretty important for Kyle to get, like, you know, a 1-2-3 inning, maybe one guy on base. You don't want to throw a lot of pitches, but you also want to feel good going to the next game mentally as well.
And Juggernaut's still with the warm-ups on, waiting their turn.
And Kyle was visibly frustrated that last inning, knowing he could have ended the inning and he had that error. So he wants to rebound this inning. But overall, very impressive performance by him. So we're nitpicking here. So he's been very, very good. And obviously MLW has been very good this game too.
Love to see both these teams here right now in the bridge round. One of them will make it to the final 16, seemingly looking like MLW. But you never know what miracle Mo-Whiff might pull off.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they give MLW a hard time this inning.
It is a nice throw from Chris Cheatham in warm-ups. Bodes well.
Yeah, one thing you notice is that as you get further and further into tournaments, the teams with a lot of success, the veterans, they field and their fundamentals in the field are very high.
Fielding is so underrated in the sport of wiffle ball.
Yeah, and it's very, very, it's ultra important. It could be the difference of a big game. Oftentimes it is.
John Steffi on the mound over there against Phenoms, gets a big out. So many great pitchers on the mound right now.
Yeah, legends.
Including Kyle Schultz, a legend in his own right.
Whitener on the mound to our right. He just threw his nasty change, his knee buckling. I buckle my knees over here. It's crazy, that pitch.
Whew. Does not get Jason to chase, and Jason watches a nice one from Kyle Schultz there.
Yeah, he has an impressive drop too. It drops late.
Jason hits
Turns
one,
on that.
but foul. Gets a hold of that sweeping two-seamer from Kyle, but hits it just foul.
Quick hands there. Very quick hands.
Jason, experienced baseball player himself. He runs baseball tournaments in St. Louis as well. It's kind of his job now, so.
You kind of tell sometimes.
Drop ball gets him
Very
first out.
good fundamentally at his batting stance. Very quiet hands. So.
Yeah.
Big first down. I know it's 12-3, but once again, if Kyle wants to have a quick inning.
You want to get that confidence from Kyle going, heading into the next game.
Jordan
We're assuming he's pitching. Obviously.
Yeah, we don't know for sure, but
Woo!
that went across the entire. It was actually probably a strike, but just missed the strike zone.
I don't know. It could have hit.
It could have deflected off there. It's hard to tell from our angle. The little, I like to call that the confident hop that pitchers do. Huge home run the other field.
Ed Packer again against Phenoms. Adam North fouls it off.
Ed Packer's on fire over there.
Off of Vin Lee, who's pitching for the Phenoms. The new addition to the Phenoms, Vin Lee.
The good thing about that game over there, not only is it elite pitching, but it's elite hitting over there too.
And that is definitely a game to watch for sure.
It's a solo home run, you do worse.
Oh, just misses.
A lot of movement.
Adam gets the walk as Kyle just misses the strikeout there. Runner on first for Jordan Smith now. Jordan hits a rope single. That'll be clean. First and third, and Mo-Whiff still in this. First and third up for Brett Spencer. Home run last inning.
Yeah, it was a shot home run too.
We have a foul ball break from another field. Ball one to Brett there. Ooh, hits him in the elbow. Ball two.
Let's see if Kyle gets some. Sometimes it's hard to have the extra motivation when you have a big lead like this.
Oh, Brett knew it was a strike,
pitch.
but he's laughing as he's swinging. I think his teammates made him laugh. Kyle's got a smile on his face too. So
A lot of movement
Fun
late.
game. Brett swings through another one. He has been swinging at strikes, so he's been seeing the ball well. It's not connecting. This at bat.
Maybe you might see a drop here. A drop out of the zone and get him chasing might be the good pitch to go with.
Ooh, went to that sweeping two-seam again, way outside, like you said, now, but.
He's going to that pitcher 100%.
Sorry, can you go take a look at field 2? They have an issue with the backstop.
Went to the drop, but a
Ground
ground ball
ball.
here. Could they turn 2 to end it?
You get the one.
To cheat him?
I think he got it. The
Got
bottom
it,
part of
and
the
that
zone.
is the game.
Talk about good field. We're just talking about good fielding. Gets a double play to
And
end
that's
the
what does
game.
it. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your final score here. 12-3, Nick. MLW coming out big. Kyle Schultz on the mound. Mo-Whiff kind of tried to make it a little exciting there.
Oh, that's a great flip. Oh, and it caught.
So yeah, what a big performance from MLW and Mo-Whiff. Let's give Mo-Whiff their credit. But MLW moves on to the next round, and I think they're playing the Jugs. Let's see how much they have left, and I think they're playing with house money too. They're gonna have riding a high level of confidence themselves.
You hate to see 2 Midwest teams go against each other because that means the Midwest team is eliminated. Not many Midwest teams left in the field, so MLW is going to be representing for sure going into the 16. But that means the Juggernauts and MLW are next. Nick, what do you got to say about this MLW team facing off against, looks like, Red Sarnowski?
Yeah, Red's warming up, so if his legs are completely healthy, I think obviously throws high velocity.
Yeah.
But the Juggernauts, I think, are they have very good pitching, obviously, but they're known for their hitting because there's no break in their lineup. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
If one guy has an off game, the other guy picks you up. So that's going to be the challenge for MLW. Whoever's on the mound, whether it's Kyle or anybody else, is trying to navigate that lineup, and it's an intimidating lineup too because they swing hard. And I think they can get to a pitcher once in a while, even on their foul balls. So, very excited to see this game.
Yeah. Well, that'll do it for this game, folks. And Nick, thanks for having me in the booth this game. It was
Absolutely.
fun. And good luck the rest of the tournament to everybody watching. And next up, you have